The Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. For the Colts, we bring in our broadcasters, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. From up top, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr in his sixth season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014, and a lot of people feel this is a critical season for Derek Carr as a Raider. Remember, there were whispers that the Raiders might be in the market for a QB in the draft, even contemplated maybe making a run at Kyler Murray, but in the end, they stood pat with Derek Carr, hoping that he's the long-term answer. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good start offensively, 15 yards on the game's initial play. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
On second down and 4. Carr to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and goal. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. They try again with Martin. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Doug Martin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score, almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. So here come the Colts under second-year coach Frank Reich. They'll be led out by the comeback player of the year in 2018. A Pro Bowl quarterback as well a season ago, Andrew Luck.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions. there.
And got him the win.
59. Time to go 11Z.
This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 17 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. First carry for Spencer Ware. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40.
Let's go.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Luck now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On the draw, Luck's going to give this to Mack. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And he's into the clear. The 30. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Let's go, Mexico. Let's go, D.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Carr now to throw. This complete to Martin. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
Let's go.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. well. This was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. Hey, that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Let's go.
A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Throwing on 3rd down, Love. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Carr gives to Rashard. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. But as he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Luck on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Luck to 1st and Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Luck to Mack on the draw. And he can only manage to get this. To the 45-yard line, well short of the first. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. With it is Brown. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Carr. Sliding out of the pocket. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's a screen to Richard. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Carr turns the end zone for Brown. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got
Carr's pass complete to number 84, Antonio Brown. Touchdown, Oakland.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
On 1st and 10, Locke. It's his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Locke. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Now Luck. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start with a rematch of one of the more compelling playoff games of all time, the Kellen Winslow game. This time, it's the Los Angeles Chargers heading down to take on Miami. And it is the Chargers out in front as those two creep towards halftime. Phillip Rivers has thrown a touchdown there. From there, we head a little further north up to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Big Derrick Henry with a couple of touchdown runs. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Andrew Luck now, he gears up to lead this offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. They go right back to Mack. And an alley to run. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Now Brown. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. There goes Martin, first down and more. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Martin re-signed with the Raiders May 1st after Isaiah Crowell went down with the Achilles injury. He's out for the year. Martin now in his 2nd season in Oakland, 723 yards last year. His career numbers are so interesting. 6 seasons in Tampa prior to Oakland. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snap the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now it's Mack, draw play. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road can be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
23 yards, the final tally.
180. 180. We're good.
Carr now on 1st down. For the pass complete to Ryan Grant. 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ryan Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Quick throw here to Hilton. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. He completes this one to Mack. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud.
There goes Doug Martin. 30. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Doug Martin. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Luck. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game, And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Love. And that will be incomplete. It was Darryl Worley there to knock that one free. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Martin with the potential to really help this Raider running game as they come up here 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, Richard. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Martin. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
This will be caught by Brown. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
Exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now Locke. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Luck now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Throwing his Locke. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a victory. Incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The